There is nothing more frustrating than this. I swear, bro. One day she's warm, engaged into you. The next, she's cold, distant, short, like something changed overnight. Or maybe it was a gradual pullback and you replay every moment. Was it something I said? Did I come on too strong? Is she losing interest? And you start overanalyzing every little detail. But here's the thing. It's not always about you, and chasing answers, trying to play detective, only pushes her further away because she can feel that energy. Now, if her energy switches up, there's one thing you must do not to win her back, but to keep your power. Okay, stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how to respond when a woman goes from hot to cold without losing your self-respect. Now, I remember this girl I was seeing about 5 years ago. Things started fast, high energy, flirty texts, long phone calls, plans for the weekend. She made it feel easy, like how you think that it should be, right? Like we were really connecting. That's where we are getting. Then out of nowhere, dry responses. No more good morning texts. Enthusiasm gone. And my gut said something was off, but my mind kept trying to fix it. I was trying to seek validation, asked if everything was okay. I sent another message. I even made a joke to lighten the mood and just try to poke around to do what I could. And you know what? It got me silence. That was the moment I realized every time I reached for her energy, I was giving mine away. And that's when I flipped the script. All right, so how do you recognize the shift? Most guys ignore the signs. They want to believe everything's fine. But you have to recognize when her energy shifts, not just to protect your heart, but to hold your frame. Hot to cold generally isn't subtle. You'll feel it in advance. The pullback starts to happen. Short, dry texts, delayed replies, less effort, low effort, plans canceled. She stops initiating. And what matters here is your response. Don't go into detective mode. Don't fill in the silence with anxious over-explaining. Just note the shift and adjust, okay? Now, here's the truth. Most of the time, her emotional response is, nothing to do with you, okay? Most of the time, her emotional pullback has nothing to do with you, okay? It's her own inner chaos. Her emotional safety got triggered, all right? Because like I said, a lot of women today are very unhealed, okay? She might be overthinking. She might have old trauma surfacing, or she's confused by her own feelings. And modern culture has told women to run from emotional uncertainty. So instead of having a direct conversation and actually just communicating what's on your mind, people just run away, right? They retreat. But here's the critical part. If you take her behavior personally and you're doing the right things, right? You fall into her emotional frame. You become reactive. You start trying to fix what was never your responsibility in the first place, right? And I've seen guys, it's happened to me in the past, where you just obsess over this one situation, this one girl, okay? And you cannot let her control your energy and occupy your mind like that. Now, stick with me because you can't miss this part here. Your masculine composure equals clarity. Your masculine composure equals clarity and control. When her energy drops, yours must rise, okay? When her energy drops, yours must rise. And this is where most men lose it. They panic. They try harder. They send long texts asking if she's okay, trying to come in and fix the situation, be Mr. Detective. They try to earn back the vibe, but the masculine path is different. You don't chase energy. You hold yours. That is your move. So if she pulls back, pull back. Give her space, match her energy. Don't reward disinterest. Don't reward breadcrumbs. Don't reward low interest behavior. When you stay composed, grounded, and calm, you remain in control. You create clarity. And you allow her emotional wave to pass without compromising your value. If you've been in a situation like this, drop a comment. I held my frame, or be honest and say, I chased and learned, okay? This is a brotherhood where we grow, not judge each other, and we're all here to support each other, okay? So this next piece is crucial. Do not chase reassurance. Do not chase reassurance. You don't need her to confirm her feelings. You don't need her to explain why she's pulling back. That's not leadership. That's insecurity. You don't have to always have answers to everything. The strongest move is silence a lot of the times, and let her sit in that emotional space. When she's pulled back, when you pull your energy back, let her miss you, let her feel that void, and let her come to you, okay? Let her sit in that emotional space, that emotional void. Let her miss your energy. Let her feel your absence instead of always being at her beck and call. Anytime she texts you, you text right away. Anytime she calls you, you're down to talk for, 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, okay? You can't accept this kind of behavior, this low interest behavior in breadcrumbs. If she's not going to show up for you consistently, you should not be giving her that emotional security, okay? And again, I'm not saying be cold. I'm saying observe the signs of the pullback when she starts to pull back her energy and withdraw little by little because she's getting used to the comfort and safety that you're providing to her, but yet she is not coming correctly. That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm not talking about playing games. I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about when she's not showing you consistent behavior that you want to see from a woman that you're seeing. You do not reward that. You pull back and you let her feel your absence until she wants to come correct, okay? And you guys got to understand, the more you pursue when she withdraws, the more unattractive you become. Because in her mind, your need for reassurance equals a lack of security within yourself. And she's wired to follow the energy that leads, not the one that reacts. That's how women are wired, okay? You must hold your value. If her energy shifts, you don't beg. You don't plead. You don't try to make her feel comfortable. You stand firm in your value, because I can guarantee you at least 95% of guys she's dealing with right now are doing these things and fumbling. I'm saying they're chasing, they're trying to get reassurance, they're fumbling. 95% of the guys that she's dealing with is fumbling, okay? What does that look like? What does it look like for the course correct that you need to make? Okay. You stop over giving. You focus on your purpose. You stay grounded in your routine. You let her come back on your terms. Because here's the thing. A woman will test your value, and it's not even necessarily a conscious thing, guys, right? They don't even understand why they do what they do, but they're biologically hardwired to do so in order to preserve their own life and the lives of their offspring. It's not just with words, but she will test, but will be with energy shifts, right? To see what you do, right? Women are highly intuitive, and they can pick up on this shift, right, in energy. If you implement the pullback when she acts off, and let's say you're thinking about this woman wanting to, hit her up, hold the line. I can tell you right now, if it's bothering you or you're thinking about her, it is hitting her 10 times harder during this no contact period, because women go in this emotional loop, right? Did I mess up? Does he even like me anymore? Maybe he doesn't even care now. Should I text him? What should I even say? And when you hold the line, when you hold your standard, and you're not accepting low interest behavior, you're not dealing with breadcrumb energy. When you have a standard for yourself and when you treat yourself with respect, you remind her of why she was drawn to you in the first place. You've got to let her sit in that and feel your absence, right? We're talking about feeling the cold, the void of you not being there. The void of you not being there in her life and your warm, masculine energy. She wants your leadership. And if she's so used to getting that reassurance from you all the time, or having that the emotional security and the masculine warmth is what I'm saying. If she's so used to getting that, but then she starts acting up, you have to pull that back so she can feel what it feels like to miss it. She's taking it for granted. And even though she may want you to chase her, it's only her ego. A woman will never respect a man who chases, because then it lowers your value and proves to her she has control, because then you're stepping into her frame. And even though her ego wants to have control, the feminine energy does not want to. She wants to be led. Now, there's a lot of women out here who don't know how to embrace their feminine energy, and they don't know how to be led. Okay, but that's a whole different story. Look, the bottom line is you're not wrong for caring, but you are wrong for abandoning yourself to prove your worth. And a woman's energy it's not your compass. Your values, your standards, your vision, that's your compass. That's your North Star. You don't win her back by bending over backwards. You do it by walking forward, with or without her. Because the right woman doesn't need you to beg. She just needs you to lead at the end of the day. Okay? So that's all I got for you guys today, man. If this video gave you clarity like it did for me years ago, like it, comment, subscribe. This channel here is to help you evolve into the kind of man who doesn't flinch when things get uncertain, because you know your worth and you don't hand it away. So I'll see you guys in the next one. This is The Ascended Man.